Hi there, and happy Profit First Allocation Day. Today, I want to talk to you about the sexy topic of submission. Submitting yourself and your business to a process. Now, submitting has gained a negative connotation, and I've even had to work within myself around how I might feel about that word. I think it's gotten a bad rap. And I was thinking about it the other day. The one thing that has helped Profit First pay off over the past couple of years, the Profit First process has paid off in dividends in my business. And the way that happened was I finally submitted to the process. Hey there, sorry to interrupt, but are you liking this content? Is it something that you're benefiting from? Are you learning something and growing a little bit from this content? If the answer to any of those questions is yes, do me a favor, hit that like button so the algorithm will send this out to more people just like you so that we can all build more profitable businesses and do more life together. Thanks for watching, and fully decided to follow along with it. Now, in the beginning, I didn't want to set up that many accounts. I only wanted to put X amount into, and that was 4 years ago when I started doing Profit First. I only wanted to put a certain amount into each account that did not follow the formula. And the great thing about Profit First is Mike is very clear that it's a step-by-step, day-by-day kind of, you grow your allocations as you go. You don't initially start out getting to your target allocation percentages. So it's good. So it's sort of a graduated process. And at the same time, there were things that I was holding back from the process when I didn't need to. If I had fully submitted to the Profit First process 4 years ago, I would be miles further down the road. But the truth of the matter is that I'm resistant to change just as much as the next person. And especially if it feels like it's going to cost me or if it's a little bit scary. So whether it's the Profit First process or something else, I liken it to Google's algorithm. You get rewarded with consistency, and submitting yourself and your business to that process helps you gain traction faster. So the same thing happens with losing weight or working out, building muscle. Consistency pays off. And if you submit yourself to a workout regimen or you change your diet and you're consistent with it, that's when you get the rewards. And I've just been sort of realizing that that is a form of submission. And what feels like giving up freedom in order to work within a framework actually turns out to gain freedom on the other side. So when I think about submission, a lot of times I think about, oh, that's giving up control. That's giving up some of my freedom when I submit to someone or something or to some framework. And then I lose control and I lose a lot of freedom and a lot of fun. And the truth is, the more that I apply this principle of submission in my life and in my business to constraints that I believe in, the more freedom and the more fun and the more control, really, that I end up having long-term in my life and in my business. So submitting myself to this framework, this Profit First framework, has allowed me more freedom. And also because it's voluntary. So if I think about it in terms of, if I didn't have the money to pay my taxes, that would be an involuntary submission at some point where I would have to close down the business or I would have to work out a payment plan with the IRS. But my voluntary submission to this Profit First process allows me the freedom to not have to involuntarily submit later. And it also allows me a lot of play and a lot of freedom within the lines of boundaries. So I was thinking about that today as I was making my Profit First allocations into my account, and how my mindset has changed from when I first started following Profit First and feeling like it's so much work, it's never going to work, and it's robbing me of the freedom to use my money the way I want to use it. And the truth is, what it opened up for me was time freedom from my business, freedom from worrying about where money was going to be, and the freedom to make better choices for where I was going to make investments, because I actually had the money to use to make the investments that I wanted to make. So submission. It's probably been given a bad rap. And the more that I submit in my life to people, authorities, and frameworks, the more freedom and control I seem to get. Life lesson from following Profit First. And I wanted to share that through my journey with you. Here's to growing a more profitable business so that you can do more life. And I think more life comes with more submission to frameworks and boundaries that we believe in. All right, that's it for today. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh my gosh, you reached the end. Congratulations and thanks for watching. One quick question before you go. Did you find this interesting? Do you think someone else that you know could benefit from the information you heard here today? Well, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe, and hit that bell so you can get notifications for when more of this information comes out. By hitting like, it means that this content goes out to other people just like you who might also be able to benefit from this information and can build a more profitable business so they can do more life. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.